Hey guys, what's going on? Let's do our NBA overnight betting preview. Got a couple of leans for tomorrow. 9 games on the schedule. Martin Luther King Day, always a special day every year, especially for the NBA. They celebrate it. Lots of early games. Lots of interesting matchups. Let's jump into the action and take a look, see what's going on. First game, Boston at Charlotte. Boston 8.5 point favorite. These two teams played a couple of nights ago. Same team, same arena. Boston won and covered that game. Jaylen Brown was missing from that game. He is expected to miss tomorrow's game also. Pretty much the same line as the last game. No real edge here. Boston, of course, the favorite in this game. No early lean for me. Next game, Indiana, Milwaukee. Indiana has been struggling. Last couple of outings, lost a couple straight. Their previous game, they got blown out by Memphis. The game before that, they lost a close one to Atlanta. They're on a 2-game slide. Playing without Tyrese Halliburton. 10.5 point dogs at Milwaukee. Milwaukee lost a couple of straight in Miami. They were playing without Giannis in those 2 games. Coming back home, Giannis is expected to play. Obviously, as you can see by the line, I had Milwaukee favored by 10.5 here. Nothing, no edge on this game either. Next game, Toronto at New York. New York is favored by 3 points on the overnight line. I had New York favored by 4.5. New York is going from win to win, playing tremendous basketball. The Raptors, after getting a couple straight wins against the Hornets, a couple of double-digit wins, they got back to their losing ways against the Hawks in their last game, which was at home. Tomorrow, they are 3-point dogs. New York is on the back-to-back. A 1.5 point different from my estimate. Also, Toronto does have Fred VanVleet listed as questionable tomorrow. Kind of a low line, guys. In my opinion, the -3, especially with the questionable tag for VanVleet. Chances are he probably won't be playing. In the previous game, he struggled very bad. I'm pretty sure Nick Nurse will probably keep him out of the game, which makes this game a little interesting to me. Kind of a low line, especially with VanVleet questionable. I'm going to be looking for a possible play on the Raptors. Next game, Golden State at Washington. Golden State just lost tonight. They lost to the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls taking out the big name teams on their home court. Golden State was the latest victim. They were at full strength. Lost the game. They will be in Washington. Always a tough place to play. Golden State, second night of back-to-back. Klay Thompson is listed as doubtful. Possible load management. Golden State has gotten us used to seeing that on the second night of back-to-backs. Who knows if he holds out, if Steve Kerr holds out Steph. I don't think so, but you never know. Everything is possible with the Golden State Warriors. We've got to keep an eye on the injury report there. Golden State favored by 3. I had them favored by 2. Bradley Beal is listed as questionable for the Wizards. Kind of a strange line in my opinion, especially on the back-to-back. And I thought the -2 that I gave the Warriors was a little generous. Maybe it should have been a little lower. This will be interesting to see what this line does tomorrow. Who is in and out for the Warriors? Possible lean on the Warriors, but nothing as of right now. Next game, New Orleans at Cleveland. Cleveland is back from a road trip. They only went 2-3 on that road trip, and the only 2 wins that they got: Phoenix, which we know is playing very short-handed, and a win in Portland. Nothing really to really brag about for the Cavs. 6.5 points. I had Cleveland favored by 5.5. New Orleans is also on a road trip. They're 2-2 so far on the trip. They won their last game in Detroit. They might be getting Herb Jones tomorrow. This is a point higher than what I had estimated. We'll see what the line looks like tomorrow. Next game, Miami at Atlanta. Miami is favored by 1.5. I had Atlanta favored by 1. Atlanta has won a couple straight. The couple of good wins too. They won in Indiana and in Toronto in their last game. 2 straight W's. Miami also got a couple straight at home against the Bucks, but the Bucks were playing without Giannis. Still, they went in there and they did their job. Got the 2 straight wins. Over here, I had Atlanta as favored by 1. Over here, we see Miami as 1.5 as a 1.5 point favorite. I think the wrong team is favored in this game, but we'll see tomorrow what this looks like. Tyler Hero is expected to come back from the Heat. I didn't see him on the injury report. Also, Clint Capella. We'll also see a questionable tag next to his name on the injury report for Atlanta. Next game, Utah at Minnesota. Minnesota favored by 2.5. Utah guys lost a really tough one in their last game. They were playing without Markkanen and Sexton, and only lost by a point to the Sixers. Were very competitive, lots of energy. Deserved to get the W in my opinion, but came away with the loss. Markkanen is listed as questionable. Sexton most likely will be back. It looked like more like a load management situation rather than any kind of serious injury. The Timberwolves, important injury for them. They're going to be playing without Rudy Gobert. He got injured in the previous game, and the Timberwolves guys have been pretty hot. They've won 6 out of their last 7 games, playing pretty good basketball. I had Minnesota favored by 2. Over here we see 2.5 points. This is actually my second lean of the for tomorrow. I'm going to be looking to possibly make a play on the Timberwolves. Next game, Phoenix at Memphis. Memphis, a 10-point favorite. I had Memphis favored by 9. I did see a questionable tag next to John Morant's name on the injury report. Phoenix, we know, has been struggling. They've actually dropped out of the playout bracket. They've fell completely out. If the season were to end today, they wouldn't even make the playout tournament. They have really fallen off a cliff ever since those serious injuries to CP3 and Devin Booker mainly. Also, a lot of other role players have been missing. They have been struggling. DeAndre Ayton came back in the previous game, and there's a small possibility that Shamet might be back for Phoenix. That should help them a lot. Dylan Brooks also missed last game from Memphis. He's questionable for tomorrow. Tough game over there, the 10-point line. We got to see John Morant, of course, his status before we make any kind of decision there. Last game, guys, Houston at the Lakers. Both teams are going to be on a back-to-back. Houston jumping from loss to loss, blowout loss to blowout loss. They're just losing every single game. Lost to the Clippers in their last game big. Lakers lost a tough one to the Sixers by a point. They're favored by 6.5. I had the Lakers by 7. Accurate line. This could be a letdown spot, but guys, as you know, especially everyone that's been following me, that I'm not really a fan of either one of these two teams. I will definitely be avoiding this game. So, what I have so far, my leans for tomorrow are the Toronto Raptors +3 and Minnesota. I'll also be taking a look at the Golden State game. That's also kind of interesting to me. I really got to see though who's going to be in and out of that game. And that's pretty much what I have for you guys tonight. Tomorrow I will make the video early since the games will be starting early. We'll have more information, and usually it's a very good day for betting, Martin Luther King Day. So we'll touch up on everything again tomorrow, guys. That is it. See you guys tomorrow.